You don't sound like a 19-year-old, and I'm sure you've heard that enough. How does that feel?
Like, I don't know what the ideal 19-year-old should be, or like most people, I think most people now don't. Everybody is sort of broken that, where it's mostly about how quickly can you start doing what you want to do. So it was like, I think also for our team, like our team is a very special mix. My co-founder is very similar. We have a bunch of people, we have two more who are also very young, have built companies before or have built their own projects before. So in the setting that I'm in, it's no longer like a special thing where you're like doing something at a young age. It's become like you almost have like a running clock where just like everybody else, you have to deliver like XYZ at XYZ time. You have like only limited amount of resources available, and you have to hit the next milestone in that time. So it's now it's become very.
So you're surrounded by that tribe.
I'm surrounded by that tribe, and I think in some sense it's been great working with the kind of people that we've worked with, because people have been very accepting and supportive of us when we started. Because when we started, we were like clueless kids who didn't know. Like now, I think I wouldn't bet on myself at that time. Like if I were like a logical investor, because no previous company building experience, just out of nowhere want to build something, never built a team before, never like knows like good engineering, but doesn't know how to scale that or how to like build a process around it. But at that time when we like people were very supportive, where we'll figure it out. The advantage of time is you can make some mistakes, and they allow you to make those mistakes. And I think that's broadly also how tech works, where it's one of the few industries where young people are appreciated and they can do stuff.
Are you worried that you lose focus on engineering and execution once you start managing a team and building processes and everything? Have you thought about it? Like,
a lot of it is people like talking about like managerial stuff and like team and business and stuff, because they scale up, and that's a new thing for a lot of technical founders who start doing it. But at the end of the day, what just matters is you building product and talking to customers and giving it to them. Everything else that's happening is just fabric to glue it together. So if you don't do it the traditional way of like scaling up a team or figuring out how stuff, like you have to learn from those things. You can't run a hacker house operation even when you're like in the hands of real customers. But I think there's a special breed of founders who continue to be very close to product and talking to customers even at like large scales. Companies like Replit, Playground, a lot of companies that are sort of like us, where you're building an infrastructure product, and there's like it's a very technical product, but you still want to talk to customers. I think founders can scale without like standard managerial chaos that happens in most large companies. You can still have like very, very small like IC circles. You can still have very, very small just the reporting structures where you like 3 people, 5 people, and you know everybody. And just ultimately, I think we don't need a very, very large team to deliver a large like, product experience. Like 10 people is probably where the delta changes. Like the first 7, 8 people, you feel a magnitude difference every time you get one more person, because every person is doing so much. Beyond 10, it's like that if the tech can scale, especially in the kind of product that we are building, you don't need too many people. So I like my worldview is capped at how can I run a very, very large operation with just 20 people, because that is like WhatsApp was very, very small when this a lot of companies have proven that. A lot of great AI companies, I think Perplexity is like 30 people now. Midjourney for the longest time was just 10, 15 people with like tens of millions of monthly active users. So I think it's possible, and that's the kind of company or structure that we will naturally want to go after, where
this
continue.
What's the point of AI tech company with 700 people ops, right?